Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com, and it's been a while since my last update. Uh, had a lot of things going on, still actually have a lot of things going on in real life, but I wanted to get this posted for Halloween, especially because this particular model was actually supposed to be last year's Halloween build. If you follow me on any social media, you know that the last few years I've been trying to do theme builds, and last year's theme was remakes and adaptations. So for the Halloween build, I was making this charger, which is based on the car driven by Jared Padalecki in the 2005 remake of the movie House of Wax. So I've built a bunch of these charger kits already, and generally things were going pretty well. But taking a look at where things had left off, I've got the interior completely finished now. Uh, got it painted up and detailed. Got the alternate shift lever from the kit. This was Revell's 68 2-in-1 kit. So I used the T-handle shifter there. But got all the details painted, got the underside painted. And I've also got the engine done. And for once, I decided to not strip off the valve covers. I actually left those chrome air cleaner, chrome alternator bracket there, and also left the center of the fan chrome. Plus, I painted the fan blade itself with some Altel liquid chrome. Just wanted to try to give it a general dress-up kit, make it look a little different from what I usually build here. And taking a look at the underside, I've got the block painted matching body color, and I also used the alternate header pipes from the kit. The rest of the exhaust system is the stock components. I just made the joint with some detail master flanges there. And yeah, so that's come together pretty good. I did add the chrome dress up to the back of the differential, some more Molotow liquid chrome there. But generally everything was coming together good and pretty happy with it. And then I got to the body and everything went straight to hell. The movie car is really kind of a dark red. It's not exactly a maroon, but I wanted to use something to try to get close to that, not just a standard Tamiya Italian red or Tester's bright red or anything like that. So instead, I use this. It's Fiesta Red from Exo Rust, and generally I've not had any problems with it. You saw the chassis and the engine were both painted with it, came out nice and glossy. Not a high gloss, but exactly what I wanted for those components. But I overestimated how much was left in the can. It actually seemed like it was going to be okay at first. First couple of mist coats that I put down went fine, and then I started putting down the wet coat, and the can started spitting at me, and it left this whole area on the bottom uncovered, a bit of the front fender uncovered, and just looked terrible. And I thought this paint was going to be thick enough, or opaque enough, I should say, that I could cover over by masking off the good areas and just hitting the bad. But unfortunately, once I got a new can, I tried it, and the new panels just came out darker. There were too many coats, so this area down here looked like a completely different color than the rest of the car, and I just had to strip it and start over again. So I used either simple green or purple power. I can't remember which, but I've got a jar of both of them, and dunked it in there, left it sit for a couple of weeks, and it stripped off actually pretty good. I was surprised. Some of these paints that are not made for plastic kits don't really strip off that well, but this did fine. It took a while, but it did, and used the brand new can, got everything painted, and so that's where we are now. So now that it's had a chance to gas out and paint's nice and hard, I can do a final polishing on it and see it's got a decent gloss, but not really a good reflection. So at this point, the only things that are really left are trim and final assembly. And a lot of the pieces are already painted up and ready to go. They just need to be assembled. So I'm going to get some foil on this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so got all the trim done, got the major assembly work finished, but before I got it all wrapped up, I wanted to take a minute to talk about how I did the trim on this, because I used a few different methods. First up, I used bare metal foil for the windshield and side window surrounds. So that's a good traditional tool for that. For the wing windows here, I used a silver Sharpie because I didn't want it quite as bright, but I also wanted something that was a good metallic finish. It also goes on nice and thin, so a little contrast there. For the sail trim, I used aluminum repair tape because I needed something that was a little bit thicker because there was no molded in trim on these pieces. And finally, for the rear window surround, I used Molotow liquid chrome because any of the other applications would have difficulty in the corners here or the curved surface of the top of the window, but the Molotow goes on that no problem at all and gives the overall look of the car kind of a matching finish. You can see everything looks like it's more or less the same, even though I used all different pieces there. Now, the last thing I need to talk about are the wheels. These are going to be the fronts. They're off of a Revell Pro Street Pro Stock Chevy kit, and I'm going to use those right out of the box. And these are going to be my rear wheels. They're out of the same kit, but I did have to modify them because this is what they look like out of the box. So I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how I turn the bead locks into a street style wheel. And there we go. The House of Wax charger, after a little over a year of delays on it, is finally finished. Or at least very nearly so. I do still need to add the rear license plate and give it one final polishing. But yeah, give it a turn around here. You can see how it all looks. Overall, pretty happy with how it turned out. Take a look under the hood here. Added the last couple of details under there. The master cylinder and the radiator hose were the last things to go in. There you go. So there's that. You all have a happy Halloween, and thanks for watching.